Hello students, welcome to the next session of Computer Programming Lab Sheet 3. In this session we are going to discuss about the unformatted input-output functions, that is gets and puts. In the earlier session we have discussed about the formatted input functions, the formatted output functions, and we have seen one problem, that is problem number 10 of Lab Sheet 3. And in that we have seen that scanf does not permit the space or the blanks or the spaces. Here we see the difference here. So directly moving to the unformatted. So gets is the unformatted input. This function allows reading the entire line of input including the white space characters. This is the basic difference here between the formatted and unformatted. And moreover, in this we don't require any kind of format specifier while writing the code. Here you can see the syntax is two ways. Either you can write a variable and you can store the value in this variable, gets input string, or you can write like this also. What's the function name is gets, gets. The input string is the pointer to character array. The gets returns a value of type char. Here you can see this is the character array and we call it as a string because this is the pointer to the character array of size 20. If you write gets name directly, you can give the input of the length 19 because one character will store for null here, and then you can press the enter. The function accepts the characters including the white spaces or tabs till the enter key is pressed. Once the key is entered, it is stored in the string name. And if we see the puts, this function displays the string of characters on the screen. The syntax is you have to write puts and in bracket whatever you want to display you write it here. The string name is the string variable which is passed as a parameter. That this displays all the characters till the null is encountered. So here we can see that all the spaces are there and this is one string here. So the takeaway is this: from the difference between the formatted input and unformatted input is, in formatted input we cannot take the blanks or the spaces because the moment we are having the blanks or the spaces or the tuple line, it will considered as the stop and it will not take the next. In gets you can use this, you can use the blanks and the spaces or the tabs, and it will terminate the moment it will encounter enter or the end of the line. Now there is a problem number 11 in the lab sheet 3, program to demonstrate how to declare, read and display the string using unformatted input output functions. The solution to this is, as usual, you need to write the header file. Yes, you're right. For the gets and the puts also we are going to use the header file stdio.h, the same way we are using for printf and scanf. Void main. Inside this, first you need to declare the character array. Student is the character array name and we can call it as a string variable and the size here is 15. The objective is we need to read the name of the student. So printf for displaying the message, because cannot display using this, so printf read student name will be displayed. So using gets you can simply take the input and this input can consider the spaces, the blank spaces, the tabs. The moment it will encounter the enter or the end of the line, it will go to the next line. Printf displaying the student name and puts. It's very simple. You don't have to deal with the placeholders or the format specifiers, %s, nothing. Simply you can use gets and puts, or you can say get a string or put a string here. So to see the working of this, I'll show you this. In this, you say this. I have already made this. Well, problem 11.c. Here you can see this, the same file I have copied here. This is visible to you all. The same file, it is copied here. We have used this character student 50. This is the string, and this student is the pointer to this string, this character array. And to get the value, instead of using scanner, we are using get. To display, instead of using printer, we are using puts. Okay, so you can call in another way. Gets is the replacement for scanner, puts is the replacement for printf. And now the question is, why we are using this, why we are not here using printf here puts? Because if you want to display something in some particular format, that time you need to use formatted input function. With unformatted input function, you cannot display anything in a particular format. You can only display the value of the variable. Now I'll see how to execute here. So the same way, gcc prob11.c, give the option and then the executable file of problem this, and yes, so it's not showing any error, so we can keep on continuing while executing. So here you can see it's asking read the student name. Suppose we have put Abdul Kalam. So it's displaying. So you, with comparison to the earlier lecture, when we put Abdul space Kalam, it was not printing the space Kalam because it was terminating the moment it see the space. So if I put another stay home, stay safe, so it's displaying. So we are having how many characters you can take? 49, because the size of the array is 50. One space we reserve, always reserve for the null character. And always remember /0 and 0 is different. If you see the sky code, 0 is something around 48 or 42 something this, and /0 is 0. The sky code is 0 for /0. Okay, so don't get confused between that /0 is null character, so sky code is 0, and simple 0 is 0. Okay, so that's all about the unformatted input output functions. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.